Hey everyone, I'm Diana Davison, a civil rights activist and advocate for the falsely accused. I'll be speaking in Toronto on a panel discussion about proposed changes to sexual assault law and how it will increase wrongful convictions if this passes. Information about the event is in the description below. Meanwhile, I've been thinking about how to fight back against internet alligators in the other court, the Court of Public Opinion, otherwise known as Twitter. We can call this a court, but it's missing a few essential elements. It's basically a jury trial, but we're only hearing from the prosecution. The accused can't give full answer in defense, or any defense at all, because they often don't know the full allegation, and they sometimes don't even know who is accusing them. They can't respond, also because they don't know if they're going to have to go to a criminal court as well. They have to remain silent. So I think accusers should have to choose which court they want, the proper court or the internet court. If they make their allegations to the media, they don't get to go to the police. That way, the guy is free to put his defense material out there into the public so that we can move to the final step of a proper court process: deliberation. So we're all the jury members in the Court of Public Opinion. Juries discuss the evidence and then reach a conclusion. An advantage here is that we don't actually have to have a unanimous verdict. Now, I know the point of using Twitter to make allegations is so that the hug puppies and block bots will prevent you from being cross-examined. Well, it's easier to be #believed on the internet. There are no rules of evidence to protect you. And I, for one, have no concern about your dignity if you choose to go on Twitter or Facebook to accuse someone of a crime. If you're lying, and I find out, everyone is going to hear about it. Also, there are no publication bans in the Court of Public Opinion. That's a fact. You choose your court, you take your chances. Now, I'll be accused of trying to silence victims. I want to point something out here, because I actually care more about real victims of crime than any of these hashtaggers do. I spoke to a prosecutor about the effect on trials when a complainant makes their accusations in the media. Answer: it compromises the case in court. It creates multiple versions of the story, and I was told this poses a problem in court as the debate centers on credibility and reliability. Moreover, the complainants might talk about non-relevant stuff, which can get out of hand. Police officers are trained to focus on relevancy. I do not think that investigation is undone by this behavior, but I, the prosecutor, prefer that official statements be given to the police. Also, too many details given to the media compromises our presenting similar facts evidence because collusion becomes harder to refute. So journalists publishing details of allegations in their news to sell the story are actually harming the complainant. This is not victim silencing. This is victim helping. A crime happened, go to the police. Now, of course, this only matters if the alligator thinks a serious crime has actually taken place that requires the criminal justice system. So in the Court of Public Opinion, we can start with that understanding. Apparently, this wasn't serious enough. Now, I believe in fair and impartial trials, but I'll guarantee you one thing. If you opt for trial by internet and lie, we can find out. There won't be a prosecutor telling us what evidence we're allowed to use. Choices must have consequences. Now, I'm looking at the growing list of men who've been accused of sexual misconduct lately on the internet. We've got A-list producers, writers, actors. Basically, we've got the beginning of an awesome cast and crew for a great movie. You want Hollywood thrown out of Hollywood? Well, they can just go somewhere else and make movies over there. It's not the land that makes the movie, it's the people. Now, I'd work with Harvey Weinstein. I completely believe that he wanked off in front of people. I just know that I am capable of telling him to grow up and put his dick away. I bet he's got some fascinating stories to tell about all of you, too. Another one, Brett Ratner, is accused of the following conversation. In 2010, after recently appearing on the cover of a magazine, Olivia Munn attended a CAA-hosted party where, she said, Ratner asked her, "Why do you hate me?" She said she told him, "It's more of a dislike." Ratner grew angry, she said, and responded, "Why? I bought 10 of your magazines and came over all of them." If he'd said that to me, I probably would have snorted champagne out of my nose. Well done, sir. Well done. So, we do have a serious problem in the offices and workplaces of the world. They're filling up with humorless hags who suck the joy out of life. Well, I'm not in on that. I don't want any part of it. If Brett Ratner wants to make a movie, I'd work with him too. We could have a set with a no asshole rule that applies to anyone who can't take a fucking joke or figure out how to walk out of a room. Brett, my contact info is in the video description.